Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Just wanted to let you all know I've transitioned to an elf, so please excuse the ears, but that's just kind of a part of me now. But anyways, welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about the wonders of healthcare in the UK, particularly with trans healthcare, and just my wonderful time throughout the years. I told my doctors that I had gender dysphoria, and they put me on a waiting list in the summer of 2020. Now, I moved to Norwich in the autumn of that year, and I eventually got onto a regional startup clinic. Now, these are like, from what I was told, I think they just started up a few little ones in different places. Now, I need to let you know that the UK is a bit of a weird system in the way they deal with trans care. So basically, what they do is you get onto the waiting list for trans care, and then you get sent to the clinic in your area. Now, this is like a dedicated gender dysphoria clinic with specialists in that field, and then you get seen. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's kind of silly, but whatever. So, I got into this regional startup clinic, which was great, because I thought I'd be waiting years and years. Only a year is pretty good. So I missed one appointment, but then by that time I moved out of Norwich and I missed out on this clinic, so that option was gone from me, sadly. But it's okay, it happens. I had to go back to the Tavistock waiting list. Now this is the waiting list for the area that I was in. And I was told that I'd be put back to my original position. Now whether that is true or not, I don't know. And I also heavily doubt it. Now this waiting time, it just sucks. It's a complete joke. The waiting times now, I don't even know what they are, but they are going up. So obviously before it was like a few years. Now I think it's about 5-6 years, and even new patients, I believe, are having to wait up to 10 years in some areas. So yeah, trans care in the UK it's in crisis. It's a disastrous situation, and the NHS needs to sort it out. It's just a fantastic demonstration of how poorly managed and how underfunded the whole system is. This is just a huge case of mismanagement, mostly because of this system. It takes years and years to get anything done when this informed consent system could be done, in weeks, months.
3 months.
Could be.
4 months.
I can see that happening, yes.
8 months.
That's a realistic timeline.
Now, if you want to deep dive into the NHS system for treating trans people, please check out Philosophy Tube's video. I emailed my doctor 133 times. It really shows the disaster of the NHS and this system in particular perfectly. So please go watch it. Now, I want to talk about more recent struggles. So this spans from August 2022 to now. So, I moved to London in August. My opinions are mixed on London. Now, whilst I was in Norwich, I received great care and cooperation from my doctor's surgery. So they did all my blood tests, and they gave me medication when I needed. I was also able to get in with a system called shared care. Now, shared care is a system where you can have private services, such as GenGP. I believe obviously it's a lot more complicated than this. But yeah, you can have private services such as GenGP, the service which I use to get my HRT. Get in contact with your doctors, and then you can get your prescriptions for the NHS. Now this is like a huge money saver. So at the time, my medication roughly cost me £200 every 3 months. Yeah. It's obviously not going to cost that much for everyone, but that was the particular medication I was on at the time. It was just, some of it was very expensive. However, with shared care, the NHS fee is just £9 per medication. So obviously, it only totaled to £30 for 3 months. So spending £30 instead of £200 every 3 months, that's a pretty big difference. So when I moved to London, I obviously wanted to get this again because medications are really expensive. So I asked my first GP, doctor surgery, and they looked into GenGP, and they said no. They denied me. They told me to get with an NHS recommended service named Gender Care. Now, I previously spoke about these people. I don't like GenGP, but Gender Care is okay. So, okay, I'll try that. I had to wait 6 months for a Zoom appointment, which they didn't show up for, and did not reply to me for a month afterwards, so that I could get a refund. So once again, any UK people who need trans care, don't go gender care. They're shit. So I changed clinic a few months after, and I got turned down from shared care again. So I have been paying these full prices for over a year now, and I've spent well over 1,000 on my healthcare. Feels really cool doing that. So now after this, I wanted to try a new hormone blocker. Now it was kind of similar to what I had already had. I was on one called Cinerol. It's a nasal spray form of the one I'm on now, called Decapeptyl. So now I had to get an appointment with the surgery, and I was all ready. And I bought my medication privately, and I walked there, and it didn't happen. Apparently, I needed a letter to get an administration of the prescription. Okay, fine. So I went to the GP, I asked for the letter I thought they needed, and I sent it to the surgery's email for receiving documents. They scheduled an appointment, so I thought, okay, all good, right? So I walked there, and it didn't happen. This was yesterday, by the way. Yeah, it didn't happen. So I needed a different letter, apparently. It's just and why didn't you tell me this? You booked an appointment. Why didn't you tell me this? It's just I had a little rant at the poor nurse, and I feel very sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know if she's ever going to be watching this, but please, I'm so sorry. I was just, I was tired. I've been around like so long since moving here, and I just wanted to get hormone blockers. I hadn't had them since February. Over 6 months. And I this is just ridiculous. And in the end, I gave up. I had a friend inject it. I'm not happy with that result at all. Obviously, she did a wonderful job of injecting it, so I'm very grateful for that. So now I know people who have gone through far worse than the NHS and their gender care as part of it. It's just also very tedious and tiresome. We just deserve so much better, and with the current culture war, I can't see it getting better, personally. I only see it getting worse. So recently, the NHS made the decision to remove puberty blockers for trans teens. Yeah. Not great. So apparently they're doing clinical trials with it. Wait to see how those go. But yeah, not great. I just find it very funny how they've decided to, change these decisions on healthcare and medication that they've provided for years, and suddenly they're changing their mind about it when this huge trans panic and culture war starts to come up. It's all very peculiar and well timed. Now, along with this, the Northeast Gender Dysphoria Clinic, that's right, the only one, it's paused receiving new referrals. So trans people are simply made to wait and suffer, and just wait for things to change. Unless you want to go pay thousands for private care, have fun with that. So yeah, this isn't just an example of the gender care example. The whole UK is just a complete mess with the NHS. There's just huge delays on almost every basic part of the healthcare system. It's a disaster. Now, anyway, so people interested in living in the UK, why? Please don't come here. It's terrible. Okay? I live here. I've lived here all my life. Don't come here. It sucks. I'm stuck here. I can't leave. Thanks to Brexit, I'm stuck. I have no free movement. I'm stuck here. Unless I get a visa, which with my current job is just not going to happen. So thanks Brexit. So I'm stuck here with a wonderful corrupt government, no good alternatives, a crumbling economy, and healthcare. So life's good. Now, I'm sorry this video has been depressing, but I just wanted to make a little video of the stuff I've gone through with it recently. I hope something changes. It's just dire. Please, people out there. It sucks. I've got some better videos on the horizon, less depressing. expect a T for T video soon. So that will be me talking about T for T relationships, the one I'm currently in. And yeah, I'll do a little interview with my wife. And also, I'm going to Japan in 2 weeks, so expect some little vlogs from that. Thank you for watching, and